Okay, everybody, good morning. Thanks so much for being here. Through this transition, it's so important to be communicative, sharing information. And so what I've been doing is trying to stay on the forefront of that and bringing all the information as I'm learning it and requesting it from Modere to all of you so you have a great understanding of how to seamlessly do this. But what I found is that I needed to go through the training documents that I created years ago, being our steps to success and flow for success. And I wanted to share that with you today because I made a couple of tweaks to it. And the beauty is there's not many things that needed to be changed at all, just a couple of verbiage and some other things. So we're going to go through that today. And what I want to start off with is explaining why is training so important? Well, we need to build confidence in those people that are either here or coming, right? Because I've learned that confidence equals success. The more confident they are out of the gate, the more successful they'll be. And I got to believe that you would agree with this, right? If somebody is confident, then their posture, right, their willingness to do what they have to do is easier for them because they're confident that it works. Confidence equals success. And the reason that this is really important, that we're good at what we do, that we're really good at training people, is because the quality of people that are coming to this industry are unlike ever before. What we're seeing is prospects are highly educated and underemployed or unemployed altogether. And as a result of being underemployed and unemployed, they're frustrated because they bought into the 40-40-40 plan of working for somebody for 40 hours a week for 40 years, then expected to survive on retiring at 40% of what they once earned that they could barely get by on. It's so crazy when we talk about it, right? Because it's like, man, we were all brainwashed so terribly. So the point of today is to inform you all that the quality of prospects that are coming are far better than ever before. So the better we are at training them, right, they're going to expect it, right? So if we're on our game, our teams are going to have great results by us being as good as we possibly can, because that's going to drive their confidence. It's going to show them that we have the game. We know what we're doing, right? So what I want to do today is show you a little bit of the tweaks on the flow for success, and understand that if you agree with me that confidence equals success, that people's posture, right? When they're confident, their posture, they stand a little bit taller, right? They're willing to speak and talk and invite because they see that it works. But we have to do a couple of things. We have to protect their business before they have one by making sure we're on our game and we're helping them, right? So that they can become confident. And you know, there's many ways of doing that. And we're going to talk about that today, but we also have to remember to underpromise and overperform, right? The vast majority of people will always overpromise and underperform. That's mediocrity. That's masses. What we have to do is elevate ourselves out of the masses by simply being just a little bit better. And it's not having to be perfect, because none of us ever will be. But by committing to being just a little bit better, by underpromising and overperforming, you're going to find that people are going to have a higher level of respect for you because you continue to deliver time and time again, exceeding expectations. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the training. Okay, can everybody see this okay? I can't see any messages, so I'm going to assume that you can. All right, so the Flow for Success document, this has been created in support for the behind-the-scenes efforts of the Steps to Success document on page 2 that I'm going to be going over with you. Because if we have all the tools necessary and we understand the value of implementation, timing, right, and helping everybody out of the gate get confident, then you can't possibly go wrong. Now, not everybody's going to do this. We know that many will say they'll do this and then they don't do this, but that doesn't mean that we lower the bar. We have to keep the bar elevated and cause them to reach it. And Jim Rohn has a great saying, had a great saying, which was, the reason the expensive things are on the top shelves is because you have to step on the books of knowledge to reach them, right? You've got to be on your game. You've got to be better than the masses. You have to want to excel and reach and work, right, to get to that top of anything. So Dr. Kathy Dudick and I have the marketing plan business opportunity presentation that we've been doing forever. We recently recorded the transitional one, and this is now the YouTube link. Okay, and if you guys want this document, I'm happy to send it to you. So you can email me at mike@mikelatuca.com, Lattuca, 2 T's, 1 C. Okay, so we have the new video that's available that explains the transition a little bit, but it's also one of the best videos that Kathy and I have done. So we also do our webinars every Wednesday live, unless Kathy's on call, then we'll run the video. Okay, every Wednesday, and it's a perfect opportunity for you to invite friends and family members to your home, connect to the internet, right? HDMI cable from your TV to your laptop, click on this link, and then you're live. You get to sit back, offer samples of the products, have applications ready, maybe some vegetable trays, some water bottles, and that's all you need to have a successful in-home meeting, allowing me and Kathy to come into your home via technology to present. So now you don't have to be the message. Great value in this, okay? You want to have all your applications and everything printed out in color. First impressions count, okay? We always want to do that. Now, I'm going to scroll down to step 2, success. Okay, so here we go. We've been always working off the 4 for more model, right? And nothing changes here. Because as social marketers, if we help people get to this position in their first 60 days, they're going to earn 40% commission in the Get 3 Double or 60-day program. So any package that they come in on, that these people join them at the same level, will earn them 40%, and it's backdated. So how does that work? So let's say that I come in, I'm the red guy, and I sponsor 2 people my first month. I earn 20% on them. Then the second month, I sign up 2 more. Well, the third one and the fourth one are paid out at 40%, and retroactively, the first and second ones are added another 20%, bringing everybody to 40%. And guys, that's a 33% raise from what we've had at Jusuru. Even if you were a Fast Start 3 earner, it's still a 33% raise, okay, right out of the gate. So what does that look like? If you came in at $200 as a social marketer, the lowest package available, and you had 4 people join you at the same package, so you'd be getting 40% of 200, which is $80 per person. So you're at $320 out of the gate, but you also get a $50 bonus for having accomplished at least 3 in 30 days. Right, so our goal has always been to get everybody solid and whole in their first month, get them profitable as quickly as we can, because that's where the confidence starts. If they see it works, then they're going to keep doing it. Right, so step 1 is we got to help our social marketers. And guys, this is not pod retail customers. This is only for the business partners. Right, so we have to help them get to this level, because in addition, the Modere comp plan only requires 3 legs. The 4th leg pays you 4% extra on each and every level. The 5th leg pays you an additional 4% on each and every level bonus. The 5th and 6th and 7th and 100th and 2000th leg will pay you an extra 4% each level outside of the 3 required legs. It's incredible, because when you start growing robustly, when you get down to your 5th, 6th, 7th levels, it's double what you would be making. Right, so it's a double, and I don't want to get too crazy on you, but it's also level bonuses is where the check match comes from. So if you're doubling your income on the level bonuses, aren't you doubling your check match in those legs? Hello, right? So what we want to do is we want to duplicate this effort for our teams, right? So as we sign up our 4 social marketers, we want to help those 4 immediately. See where there's no change for us, there's no transition, right? This is what we've always done, because we know that as leaders, we have to train, we have to help people. And that moral commitment has to be apparent, and you have to live it. Everybody that says yes to you and yes to them is your responsibility. You're not responsible for them when you get to the elite status in this company, in Modere. You're responsible for them once they've said yes to you. And it's wonderful because they feel embraced. They feel protected. They feel secure. Because I can tell you, I had no upline support. I had nobody teach me this industry, and I could see the faces of individuals when you tell them, listen, it's my job to protect your business before you even have one, so follow me. Let me show you exactly what to do so I can build your confidence and help you become successful by doing the right things instead of the wrong, which we all did. So if I can prevent you from doing those wrong things, wouldn't there be great benefit in that? Of course there is. All right, so now step 1 and 2, I can't accomplish any of that unless I get you, my new business partner, to a planning session. This is where I'm going to teach you about our industry, our company, our products, and our training system. Together, we're going to create your personal path to success with proven techniques, not potentially proven techniques, not possible techniques. These are proven techniques that I documented every single day for my first year in this industry. And this will accelerate your results if we can avoid the pitfalls. If we can avoid you hitting the potholes, you will remain higher confidence level, which will accelerate. Because folks, I wish I had the first 7 months back. Coming into Modere, I'd be in an elite 15 if I had those first 7 months back, because I did this so wrong. That's why we have to make that moral commitment to help everybody do it right, teaching them, training them, because they're quality people. They're coming in, they're highly educated. We're seeing this across the board. And the better we are, the better they'll be. It's really that simple, right? So what I do is when I hand out this one page is what I hand out to everybody. Let me zoom out a little bit more. This one page is what I hand out to everybody that joins my business. Boom. And I talk to them about this page. I hand it to them, and we talk about it because there's homework associated. If you look down here towards the bottom, is this too small, guys? Can you guys see this okay? Okay, good. Because if we go down to the bottom, it has the homework. I'm going to send them out with the understanding that they have to write down their why. I'm going to tell them my why so they understand what a why is and how emotional it has to be, right? So I want them to choose a strong why, one that will keep them focused, that won't allow for the friends and family, the people that are closest to us that have the largest opinions. We have to safeguard them and make them kind of bulletproof, right? Make them confident. So we get them to write down their why right there in front of us. Okay? And what is it that they're concerned about? And this has to be passionate from the heart. What will you say to those that will not be supportive of your decision? How can you educate them? Well, never defend. Because that's an argument. We've already learned that, right? That's like Jim Rohn says, the sun comes up in the east. I don't need to go to college to learn that. Right? We've already learned that when you're defending your position against a position of a different opinion, that's an argument. So what you want to do is you want to diffuse the argument by aligning. And I'll teach you that in just a minute. Okay? But what I like to do is send people out with understanding their why. Then I'm going to send them out with a very powerful comment or statement that they can say to those closest to them that are trying to deter them. And frankly, most of the people that will try to talk you out of this simply aren't willing to work to correct their own life. And while they may love you, they don't want you to prove that you figured something out that they didn't engage in, right? And you became successful. It's more about their fear than it is about, what you're going to experience, if you think about it. And, there's another great saying, I don't know who said it, but it's none of our business what people think of us. Just move on. Just do what you know is right in your heart, and you can't possibly go wrong. So I like to tell people is, hey, when somebody comes at me negatively, which doesn't happen anymore, obviously, because of the rank I'm at, but it did happen, and it happened strong. So when people came at me and said, I can't believe you're doing network marketing, I said, I can't believe you're not. As smart a guy as you are, gal you are, how do you not know about this industry? I like to put it back on people, right? And that comes from education of the industry, right? But how about this one? Had you found something that you thought could help and didn't tell me about it, I'd be upset because I'm looking for a lifeline. I'm looking to create an extra $300, $500, $1,000 a month. All I'm trying to do is share something with you that caught my attention. It excited me. And we're very similar, so I thought maybe this would excite you. You have nothing to lose to come and hear more, right? So I want to arm them with what can they say to help educate them. But then I tell them, listen, you have to make a list of those people you trust, like, and respect, who are trusted, liked, and respected in their circles. Because we don't want to invite people that aren't respected. We're having fun. We have a great culture. We want quality people that we do trust, that we do respect, and we certainly like to be a part of our teams. And a great example of that is a couple of years ago, I had one of my teammates say, oh, my ex-husband, boy, oh boy, I can't get him to do anything in this business properly. And I said, well, why'd you invite him? He was your ex-husband. You divorced him. If he wasn't good enough for you to be married to him, why would you want to be in business with him, right? So what we have to do is we have to be that aware of what we're inviting, because it's not about masses when we're looking for business partners. Masses are customers, and that's great. And they got a great social media opportunity that we'll all engage in shortly that will help us fill that pod. But what we want to do is we want to sift and sort and really qualify the people that we want in our business by making sure they're simply people that you trust, like, and respect. And I ask everybody to, prior to the planning session, I want you to write down 20 to 30 names, and we can talk about them. And we have to have this planning session within 3 days from now. And sometimes I hear people say, well, that's pretty demanding. Well, if they said yes to the business and they have a strong why and they need the income, guys, it's not that bad, because we're talking about 90 minutes in 3 days. So that's also a great barometer of how serious your prospects will be, right? If they're like, I got a tanning salon appointment, or, I've got to get my nails done. Well, maybe they're not the 1 out of a 10, right? Maybe they're more about a 6, right? On the scale of 1 to 10, needing and wanting this, right? And not to get too advanced, but I don't focus on anybody that's less than a 10, 12, 15. I know that 3% of the people that swear they'll do this as a strong 10, only three out of 100 will do this. So anybody that's less than a 10 is, if only 3 out of 100 that are 10s are going to do this, why am I going to spend my time with a 6? I cannot convert a strawberry to become an apple, right? What I need to do is I need to find apples, right? So the planning session is paramount. Here's some testimonials in the document from Amy Beidewolf, who's here from California and helped us on our very first Modere meeting here in Newport Beach just the other night. Dr. Kathy Dudick, of course, you all know and love. Dr. Sherry Lechner-Lunato, who handles our product call every Monday evening. Liz Malone, Dr. Dorothy Sprecher, MD, functional medicine doctor, and then, of course, Gloria and Bruce, and there's so many others, but those are just great testimonials from people on the training that we have created and deliver and cause to be the foundation of our success. We have weekly events also. Monday night, these are all Eastern time, 7 p.m. I do the MLM bootcamp training every single Monday. This link, anymeeting.com/bazooka1, is the standing link for every single webinar that Dr. Kathy and I do, or I do, like the one you clicked on today, right? That one was identified for this specific webinar, but you can always use this standard one to get into any one of the live meetings. Now, it may say meeting currently not active. That means I just haven't started it yet. It will go, okay? And then we have the 8:30 p.m. product call, BioCell product call with Dr. Sherry. There's the information for US and Canada. And then Wednesday evening, the live webinar with Kathy and I, as I explained earlier, all right? And then scripts. I recently added this, scripts based upon markets and or relationships. And guys, these are not for you to read verbatim. I mean, you certainly can, right? But these are based on inviting to the business. But I'd like you to make these your own words, in your own words, so that it's comfortable for you. This is just my way of getting you to think outside the box. And there's a whole bunch of them, guys. But what I want you to do is remember that questions are key. Okay, you want to have questions, and I've got them in here, so it's not like you have to go and think them up. Questions are key because it causes the prospect to be included in the conversation instead of being lectured, right? They cause a dialogue to occur because no one wants to hear everything about you, and you're not giving them a chance to say who they are. And honestly, what's going to happen is they're going to oftentimes tell you exactly why they need what we're doing one way or another by us asking the right questions. Okay, so you want to make light conversation, asking some questions, and all of this is here. The better your list of those who could benefit from the income potential, the better your results will be. Right? The more hungry people are, the more success you'll have because they're hungry. Have numerous events, daytime, evening, weekday, weekend, to invite to, but have it written down in front of you. So when you have somebody that says, sure, I'd love to come and see what you're doing, you have an opportunity in front of you. Instead of saying, okay, let me figure it out and I'll call you back. Guys, this is a profession. The sooner we step up our game and become professionals, the faster the results, because people want to align with something that is not embarrassing, something that is professional. That, Dr. Kathy says it best. We're going to take it out of the family room and into the boardroom, right? By being professional. You can use the recorded video of Amy, myself, and Dr. Kathy. If they're not in your local area, 24/7, send them the link, right? But you want to have action. You want to say, listen, I'm going to send you a link. It takes about 25 minutes. When can you watch it? Okay, 7 o'clock tonight. Great. I'm going to call you at 7:45. Please pick up my call when I call because I have other commitments, and this is important to me. Can I get your commitment? You have to get to yes. And that's another training, all right? What I like to do also is, as a sponsor, I offer the people that I sponsor 2 hours a week for 3-way calls. So when I teach them how to invite, and we talk about their prospects on their list, they can invite them to a call with me, and I give them 2 hours, one daytime, one evening, an hour of each, and they can split those up into 15-minute segments. So they have 8 15-minute opportunities for me to jump on and do 3-way calls. But again, it's now professional. Instead of them saying, okay, I'll have to call you back, I'm going to call Mike and see when he's available. No, Mike's available at 7:15 this evening or at 4 in the afternoon tomorrow. Which one works better for you, daytime or evening, right? This is how good we have to be to get the results. And clearly, folks, having gotten to Gold Enterprise in this company, that has been a direct result of impressing people and under-promising, over-performing, and doing exactly what we say we're going to do while being as professional as we possibly can. Your voice message, should you leave a message, right, should be as follows. Bill, it's Mike. Call me as soon as you can. I have something important to discuss with you. Don't throw up on the phone, whether it's a voicemail or a conversation. Okay, so the scripts are here. What to say to a family or friend, right? Listen to them, right? Look at all those. Friends who may be savvy in business or currently successful now, right? Or maybe they're on rough times. Professional networkers, there's 3 scripts. Medical professionals, assuming that you're not a medical professional, right? Here's some ways to have dialogue with doctors. Dr. Bazooka, I like that. Never defend your position, as I've said. Align by understanding how they feel, connect by having felt the same way, and educate via found. And here we go. Here's an example of that. Mike, I've not heard anything good about network marketing, and I don't see myself putting any time into it. Well, Jim, I understand exactly how you feel, because there was a time that I felt the exact same way. Well, Jim is now back on his heels because I've aligned with him. I've agreed with him. Instead of saying, yeah, but Jim, you don't understand what's happened. You don't understand what's happened to this industry, right? So now I'm saying basically to him that he's not in tune, right? Which is an insult. Why would I do that? I want to educate him. I need to knock down the wall and then build one together with him so that we're together, so I'm able to educate him. So Jim, I understand exactly how you feel, because there was a time I felt the same way. But what I found, having done an incredible amount of research on this industry, is that if you align with the right company that is global with products that are exceptional, you can make more money doing this than anything else in a part-time environment. Can you move your schedule around? Just come take a closer look. Always getting to yes. What time works for you? Can you move your schedule around and join us? Right? It's always about securing the yes. Medical professionals, you being a medical professional, right? These up here are if you're not a professional, but these are if you are in the medical field. Okay? Millennial invitations. General points of interest. Know your audience. Share with your sponsors so they can jump on a call to speed up the opportunity by connecting. Right? When I do a 3-way call, those 2 hours a week that I allocate, I tell my partner they have to send me an email the night before with all of the appointments, who they are with, and background on the individuals so that I can have an understanding of who I'm talking to and connect with them by asking them some questions and having some inside skinny on them. Okay? Listen, don't lecture, control your excitement. We're excited because we're educated. We know what's going on. So if you dump too much on them too soon, they're gonna be like, oof, boy, Mike's head was spinning around, green vomit coming out. I couldn't get out of there fast enough. Control the excitement. Role play the scripts as often as possible with your sponsor, with your spouse, right? Making them your words. And we never hype, we never lie. We build with honor and integrity. And that is the solution to this industry. And that's why I love what we do, because people are so responsive to it. And it's so in line with Modere, right? Creating the disruption, making shift happen. It's so right up my alley that the making shift happen that they're doing is right in line with what I've been doing, which is making shift happen by being morally committed and connected to any person that says yes to me or yes to them. Right? We're changing the face of this industry one person at a time by being professional, by being punctual and accurate with our information, by always under-promising and over-performing. Right? You got to be humble. You're new and want to make the best first impression, as you only have one shot at it. So don't pretend to be the end-all be-all. If you don't know something, don't fake it. Tell them, hey, I don't know the answer to that, but I'll get back to you. But this is exactly why it's important that you jump on a call with my partner, because it'll save me and you and he all kinds of time in a 10-minute call, because you can ask all the questions of he or she that they can answer, and that allows me to make the best first impression possible by not over-promising and underperforming. You see how that all works? Right? So by asking questions, allowing your prospect to answer thoroughly, right? Do something. I put my left ankle over my right knee when I'm on a call. This way I can make sure that I don't speak. I don't interrupt them. I wait until the right opportunity to ask them a question. Right? So we've got to ask questions. We've got to listen. We've got to not defend our positions, because that is an argument. Feel, felt, found, as we said earlier. And then I have my top 30 phrases here, which I always like to include. You know, if somebody's not happy financially today, why would you expect things are going to get better without making a slight change? If I could show you something making financial sense that's put a smile back on my face, would you move your schedule around to join a small group of us this Wednesday? Right? If I could show you something financially beneficial that would not interrupt or distract you from your job, would you want to hear more? As someone who would like to enjoy the product as a wholesale customer, if you would have the same type results we all have had, could you consider assisting us in growing a small business here locally together? If they say yes, you want to sign them up as an IREP. Okay? Some will, some won't, and so what? Keep moving. 7.1 billion people on the planet. Let's move down the street. 4 for more. Psychologically offers something else by getting everybody profitable out of the gate, taking advantage of the doubler bonus, right? The 60-day doubler bonus, and doubling the income. Because it is my job, and it's your job, to protect everybody's business before they have one by teaching exactly how to do this effectively, properly. And I tell them all when I sign them up, you are not to speak to anybody until I get you to your planning session within those first 72 hours. Because if they start making phone calls, they're not making that best first impression. Right? So who is it that I know that can understand the financial benefit of aligning with a company that is debt-free, whose products are highly consumable, patented globally? I have to change that one out because I don't know if that's the financial situation with Modere. It certainly was with Succeess and BioCell. Just the debt-free piece. Everything else in there is totally fine. Hey, if I can show you a way to fire your boss, would you be interested? Because part-time effort can lead to full-time income, giving you the time freedom to spend with your children, grandchildren, etc. And I found that success is nothing more than options. Being able to do what I want, when I want, with who I want, for as long as I want, that's true financial freedom. In order to save the world, you must save yourself first. So many people have such a kind heart, and they're misguided. They feel like, you know, the $1 they have in their pocket needs to go to 20 people. right? Well, how about we put 1,000 in your pocket and you help 20 people with $1, but you've also helped yourself, so now you can help more people, right? It's kind of, here's a great analogy I like to use. It's like a sapling tree. You're a sapling tree when you come into this business with us as a brand new partner, social marketer. We need to plant you in the ground, fertilize you, water you, and drive those roots deep. The deeper the roots are, the longer you'll stay. You'll be solid. You'll be able to withstand the objections and all the nonsense that uneducated people of this industry share, right? But if you're not, if your roots aren't deep and the storm comes, somebody with one single comment could sway you. So our job is to drive those roots deep, making you strong first and foremost, then having you teach exactly that. Be morally committed to those that said yes to you and yes to them. Leave no social marketer behind. Okay? Okay, Auntie, feel better. We love you. Duplication in depth provides massive earnings. It's insurance, right? The deeper you go with training, the better the results will be. I will do today what others won't, so I can do tomorrow what others can't. And you know what? My family simply deserves me being successful. They've earned it. They deserve it. And I will not fear success. I must be as good as I possibly can so I can impact the thousands that are yet to come. No one closest to me who judges me the harshest is paying my bills. Right? My wife says it best. Rachel, she says, I wish for every closed mind came a closed mouth. Why recreate the wheel? And we're certainly guaranteed nothing if we quit. Here's our welcome email template that we've been using. Guys, it'll change, not a lot, okay? It'll change, and but by and large, it's going to stay very similar. And here's some additional supporting content for supplemental training, advanced morally committed training. How to stay morally committed, how to be that CEO, that person that is respected by your teams. Fast Start 0123, that's going away, as you all know. But this last month, it still exists. So benefit from it. Knock down the 30% of $1,000 pack. Okay? And then here's a link to the business model that I created a couple of years back, which has really caused so many of the doctors to join our teams. Strategic planning for the medical doctor. It shows how to add no additional responsibility to the practicing physician that owns the practice, but soliciting and leveraging all the employees, junior physicians, nurses, etc., into the business and having them all benefit from the doctor's referrals of all the patients. Okay, and so let me see here. Okay, so that's what I got. I hope it's helpful. Are there any questions? Anybody have any thoughts? Any transitional questions? I'd love to field whatever you all have. But let me shut this recording down for now, and we'll stick around if needed.